Hello, and good day. So we are going to speak about GRADIO. GRADIO is actually a platform where you can demo your machine learning models without having an in-depth knowledge of front-end development for web interface. So for example, especially for data scientists and for machine learning engineers and deep learning engineers, you are mostly skilled in the building of the models. So, but then the public will want to consume the model not just in the way it was built, but in a way that is friendly and interactive. And most of the times, because we are geared towards either the research or in the production, we may not have the skills of front-end development, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So, but that is where GRADIO comes in now, so that you can, without having that knowledge, integrate your model into their interface, that it can be very interactive with your users, so that you can actually have a feel of what your model is doing. So, it's a very good platform for that. So, what you're going to work on today is about language translation. To translate from one language to another. And the language we are working with is from the French to the English translation. So we come to the code spaces. We get our model, so it can be imported. So we install the GRADIO app and then we import it. So after importing it, we also import NumPy. It's a model also for data science. And then the transformers is coming from Hugging Face. So we're making use of the language translation. The language translation model is coming from Hugging Face. So this is a platform where you can have models and data sets, and they're very good with natural language processing. So the one we are using is from the French to the English. The French, translating the French to the English language. So the source is French, and then it's translated to the English language. So, okay. So, the checkpoint. So, we build the pipeline. Once you have imported the pipeline from transformers, so we put in what we want to do in the pipeline. Actually, we are doing translation. That's why we have the translation here. So, what model are we making use of now? The model is the checkpoint, which is the Helsinki NLP. It's translating from the French to the English. So this is the function for the translation. So the Hugging Face model abstracts a lot of the function. So you simply come in and then put in the text you want to be translated, and it does the translation for you, because it has been trained with a large corpus of English-French words, so that it's so adept in making the translations to an accuracy of almost 99.9%. So in this case now, this is the function we are going to use for the translation now. But then we bring into the GRADIO. The GRADIO.logs as demo. We create the row, and then there are two columns. The columns for the French, and then this is for the translation, where we are going to click in the button for the translation, so that you can be able to call the function for translation. Then the other part of the column is the English translation. It brings out the English version of it. So this is where you are going to make the clicking of the button. Once it's been clicked, it calls this function translate, which is this. And the input is the French, and brings out the output for English. So we have examples actually for to test the languages, in case if you don't have much of the French words, the easy ones you can make use of. So I put in these two French phrases and sentences. So, for example, Kelajatu, which is how old are you? Then Dixnov, which is 19, 10 and 9, 19. And so we are going to call this function now, and then launch it, and you see how it's interactive it is. So, this is my my files. So I'm going to call the function and the app here, and the Python file is app.py, which is this. So I'm going to call run this application. And it's running now currently. So let's wait for it to see if it's going to give the feedback. It's taking a little bit of time. Okay. So it's running now. Actually, it's running, and I suspect it has downloaded the model already, because the model is a little bit big, around more than 300 MB. So we are going to open it in the browser. So it's a local. You can use this function. You can use this local URL, or you can open it in the browser. So let's use this. Follow this link. So this should come up. It should come up as soon as possible. Okay, it's coming up. It's coming up. So this is the platform. So you have the French text and the English text. Like I said, you can use this immediately. Kelajatu, and it translates it. How old are you? You can use Dixnelf. Translate it immediately. 19, which is 19. But we want to just play around with words here now. So let me try some French words. So for example, so we have Monsieur Mayaki Etrerich. Monsieur Mayaki. Yes, Etrerich. Ela Travaux deux maisons, une grande famille et beaucoup d'argent. Exactly, translate it. So, Monsieur Michael Etrerich, il y a 3 voitures, 2 maisons, une grande famille et beaucoup d'argent. Monsieur Michael is very rich. He has 3 cars, 2 houses, a big family, and a lot of money. And very funny thing about this thing is that even if, so for example, in the French, if you write the plural just as in English, this is do maison, so there is the X finishing these words. But if you remove this, which is grammatically incorrect, it can still translate it and get it. 2 houses. 2 houses. So the model can sense that it is in plural and fills in the efficiency which is coming from what you've already written, which is really very impressive about it. Let's try another one again. So we're coming close to the month of June. So especially during this period when the flowers are appearing in our land, especially in foreign countries. So this is coming from the French. So one of the poems, the French poems, was Le Mois de June. June, où le flot vole au vent. This is the month of June when the flowers are blowing in the air or something like that. So translate it and see what it's going to be. This is the month of June when the flowers fly to the wind. So the voler is to fly. Von is the wind, ventilation. So you can add où le flot vole au vent si joli mignonne. Où le flot vole au vent. Au vent. Si joli mignonne. When the flowers fly so pretty well, joli, so pretty cute, something like that. Fly to where the flowers fly to the wind, so pretty cute. we are not getting this French because there is there's an apostrophe actually on top of this. So because there isn't the apostrophe, that is why it's translating to the correct word without the apostrophe, which is "or." That is why you have this "or." But had it been, it came directly as the way it came here. It sensed that it means that one with the apostrophe, which is where the flowers fly. So it is correct. It's correct in the way it does this. So, but let's use the general one we have, the general French, the common French we have. Maybe common to appel, common to appel. Which is what's your name? An appellation, your name, common to appel. What's your name? And then French also, so if they want to talk to their elders, instead of using the tu, they use the vous. So you can have this also. Talking to your elder, common, vous, appelez-vous. So here now you have tu being replaced by vous. Then appel, this is the conjugation of the of that verb appelle. But for the second person in plural form, appelle, and then the vous, this is the t'appelle coming in here now, being replaced by vous. That's why it's comment vous appelez-vous. So it's still the same thing, it's still the same meaning. So it's going to be what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? It's the same thing. So it's a very beautiful experimentation in the way the models translate words from one language to another. And it's something, if it could be possible, we are Nigerians, somebody can build something of this with the three languages, the Igbo, the Hausa, and the Yoruba, to translate from one language to another. I don't think that is yet built. So, but from the gathering of the information or the data from what we have online, we can be able to put in the data sets into the model and make it translated from one language to another. It's going to be, will I say Herculean? But it's possible, it can be done. So this is just a brief introduction with the translation, language translation from one language to another, in this case from the French to the English, and we're making use of the transformer model and the web application, or the front end application we're making use of is GRADIO. So it's something that you can try out, the GRADIO. So if you want to try out to have a very quick way of demoing your machine learning model with a friendly interface, so that anyone can make use of it anywhere. If you have any suggestions or any input or feedback concerning this, you can put it in the section, the comment section. So see you next time. Thanks.